Welcome to Escrow Out Loud, the SF Real Estate podcast from Jackson Fuller Real Estate. Experts on San Francisco real estate since 2002. Podcast notes with links available at jacksonfuller.com/podcast.
Hi, I'm Matt Fuller. Today's Tuesday, March 31st. Is real estate an essential business during our mandatory shelter-in-place directive? San Francisco is one of the earliest regions to issue and enforce a mandatory shelter-in-place order for all citizens except essential businesses. Our order for San Francisco, as well as surrounding Bay Area counties, went into effect on March 16th after being announced several days earlier. The order has been extended as of today through May 1st. There has unfortunately been some confusion about if the services offered by real estate brokerages are defined as essential. This confusion was exacerbated by the Trump administration issuing a non-binding directive that classified real estate, along with pretty much every other business, as an essential business. That guidance was contained in a memorandum from the Department of Homeland Security dated March 28th, and while it lists just about every job as, quote, essential critical infrastructure workers, end quote, it should also be noted that the third paragraph of the document, in bold print, states clearly, and I quote, "This list is advisory in nature. It is not, nor should it be considered, a federal directive or standard. Additionally, this advisory list is not intended to be the exclusive list of critical infrastructure sectors, workers, and functions that should continue during the COVID-19 response across all jurisdictions. Individual jurisdictions should add or subtract essential workforce categories based on their own requirements and discretion." If you want to read the entire 15-page memo for yourself, the link is in the show notes. Show notes can be found at jacksonfuller.com/podcast. The federal guidance is advisory and non-binding and clearly defers to individual jurisdictions, which brings us back to the shelter-in-place directive issued March 16th. Again, read it for yourself, link in the show notes. Our shelter-in-place order defines businesses that are essential as healthcare operations and essential infrastructure, grocery stores, and pretty much any other store that sells food or supplies for humans or pets that's required for safety, sanitation, and the essential operation of a home. Food cultivation, including farming, livestock, and fishing, is exempt. Newspapers, television, radio, and other media services, gas station, auto supply, auto repair, and related facilities, banks and related financial institutions, hardware stores, plumbers, electricians, exterminators, and other service providers who provide services that are necessary to maintain the safety, sanitation, and essential operation of residences, essential activities, and other essential businesses. Businesses providing mailing and shipping services, including post office boxes. Educational institutions, laundromats, dry cleaners, and laundry service providers. Restaurants and other facilities that prepare and serve food, but only for delivery and takeout. Same goes for bars. School meals are available. Businesses that supply products for people to work from home. Businesses that supply other essential businesses what they need to operate. And businesses that ship or deliver groceries, food, goods, or services directly to homes. Airlines, taxis, and other private transport providers, home-based care for seniors, adults, or children, residential facilities and shelters for seniors, adults, and children, childcare facilities providing services that enable employees exempted in this order to work as permitted, and bike shops may remain open for sales, rental, and repair to the extent necessary to provide vehicle for essential travel, essential business, or essential activity. And yes, cannabis shops have been included in the essential business category. So, I know I can hear you saying it, but there's got to be an exception. Here are the exceptions. Businesses that provide food, shelter, and social services and other necessities of life for economically disadvantaged or otherwise needy individuals. Real estate brokerage, leasing, and other transactional actions are not related to this and do not qualify under this exception. Professional services, such as legal or accounting services, when necessary to assist in compliance with legally mandated activities. We'll come back to this in a sec. And finally, the order specifically states for real estate showings, but no other aspect of the business, only showings. Real estate agents may only show homes to potential residents via video or livestream. Transactional activities are not essential, and in real estate, in San Francisco, owning a home is a luxury. Hermes, Prada, and Balenciaga stores are all closed, just like real estate brokerages. The one exception I can see in all of these documents is if you are in possession of a court order that tells you to sell your home, then engage a realtor to live stream a tour from that property with no one else present. But then also remember all of the peripheral services, title, appraisal, inspection, may not be available or available in the time frame you expect. And that's before we get to loan docs, notary, and recording at the county office. So if you have that legal order and you can put the deal together and get it to closing while keeping everyone 6 foot away from each other, I salute you and I invite you to come on my podcast and tell us how y'all did it. Otherwise, stay home. If you're stuck at home and looking for ways to volunteer, the city does have a page with links and suggestions to volunteer opportunities that are available during the mandatory shelter-in-place directive. It's in the show notes. The business of real estate is transacting business on behalf of our clients. My joy in meaning, though, and what's kept me in the real estate industry, is the satisfaction of helping another person. Now is not the time to think about or do transactions. Now is absolutely the time for us to do whatever we can do to help our neighbors, both literally and figuratively. Sitting still, much less staying home, is hard for all of us. I can't wait to do business with you when the directive is lifted. And until then, the best way to help everyone in San Francisco is for all of us to stay home and stay safe.
You've been listening to Escrow Out Loud, the SF Real Estate podcast from Jackson Fuller Real Estate, experts on San Francisco real estate since 2002. Podcast notes with links available at jacksonfuller.com/podcast.